and Harry are ready to take us into game.
Yes, we are. And there's a lot of questions on this matchup. Can NAVI fulfill kind of the destiny of looking to lock in a clean playoff run? Can Big carry forward the momentum from taking down Aurora on day one? And thirdly, most importantly, why am I wearing a leather jacket in a room that's like 27 degrees?
The third one we'll never get to, Harry.
But we got coming off. All right, here we go. NAVI versus Big. It's that big NAVI game that everyone's been talking about.
Everyone's been talking about it, Harry, all day, in fact. As this is a surprising situation to see Big in with a lot on the line, with a huge win in the pocket, and with a gargantuan-sized NAVI who played great CS yesterday. They dispatched of M80 without even breaking a sweat. And as Des said, a great map pool for NAVI as well is not going to make this any easier. But Big, CT side start on Inferno, little setup at the banana side, and JDC's ugly shots land down range. Bit wins that fight. Still got Julies here, but NAVI are in no hurry. They don't run into the setup. Back to middle.
Hype's looking to be that first point of contact. He's been looking good thus far. It's all about Crimbo in this pistol. The double porch setup nets them. 3 kills out through the top of mid. Bit and Emus still might be able to make amends for it. QB left on this rotate back over. Dual Berettas pulled, and he's just missed that. Had the chance to find the bomb there in top mid. At least got the info that Ema was running away.
Good read.
So he is going to beat them to the punch here. Getting around towards this B site. No smoke for CT either. He will have open sight lines. They've got to swing it together and get this trade. But Kyubi locks it in with the dual Berettas. Fine trigger work indeed to find that pistol round for Big.
Yeah, you can just see that going wrong, right? With no smoke. Julies are so powerful. And QB just melts him like butter, Dan. Nice round for Crimbo as well. I think there was a poison chalice either way for NAVI. They were going into that double B setup or they were going into double porch. Big with the hype.
Yeah, been a good signing.
Explain the joke.
Yeah, like players in the team.
Oh, yeah, got it. Sorry, I don't get your jokes unless you explain.
No, I know.
The Eagles.
Crimbo and QB. 2 of the players.
Oh.
Aggression. Tapson as well. Yeah, like that. And now just JL left standing.
Oh, run! Nice clean round for Big, reassuring on the anti-eco. No stress. I think we're going to have... See, I was going to say some surprising teams in playoffs, but I think what I mean by that isn't... You know, it's more just that we don't have the Vitalities and the Maus and the Phases. So we're going to have some teams that haven't really been playing playoffs this year enter in here in Astana, and Big certainly could be in that category if they can keep up the CS they played yesterday. Could they do it against NAVI? It's a crazy question, but they come in confident, swinging down middle. Crimbo cancelled out by Wonderful. Good grenades from Big, though, keeping the pressure on. Low players on either side. And aware of the possibility of Bit in the apartments. This is the trick up NAVI sleeve on this map. It can be so influential in this position. Gives it away. A big block. So Bit backs up, but he's going to come back for more. They've smoked that Molotov. They're moving up short.
There's still this crossfire to worry about. It can be hard to break through, but they get through QB straight away. That's a nice push out of JDC. Good awareness on what was required from him to lend that helping hand. Rushes through the motor smoke, knowing that all the eyeballs are on that pit player. And that leaves it just on the shoulders of Alexi. Everyone pays attention when he pulls up. 1v2, makes it into the pit. He's hoping that someone gives him a fight. A moment of curiosity. Could be a big moment of regret for Big, but that jiggle out of tabseN is not punished. And the smoke's even giving him a way out. He's going to try and reroute, but for the time being, that does leave Alexi with a 1v1 in the site itself. JDC gets melted. tabseN, this reroute better be worth it, and it is. Sticks the landing on the backstab. Alexi never even considers it. It's the decisiveness of tabseN's move that throws Alexi's timings awry.
I was super scared there with JDC, like going for wide jiggles to get info, but tabseN, like you said, decisive. As soon as the smoke comes down, he's already going short side. He knows how he can win that round with a reposition. And fair play, because Alexi had a great game yesterday. He played solid CS, especially on Dust 2 against M80. So you don't want this guy starting off strong, another piece of firepower that NAVI don't need. Big right now, full control of this game. Like to see the confidence. They're pushing a lot of smokes, finding a lot of util damage early. It's a good day in the office for Big right now. And a proving ground, as NAVI just as much might be riding the high of that M80 game, but this is a far tougher match on paper. They're finding that out the hard way. Alexi B, classic here with the apps pop. 2 middle, JL supporting. They're going to go running through the smoke. Messy spray, recovered by Crimbo. Still needs to be the AWP here from afar. There's no smoke down on the Moto side. Hyped looking for his pick. With the bomb getting planted, there's nothing he can do. And now smoke late. Oh dear, this is going to go very wrong for Big, it feels. JL not overcommitting. Lets tabseN up mid. He can play late on this one. tabseN's read it, but he can't waste time dedicating to JL. Big moving up short. JL could be the trick up NAVI's sleeve.
Yeah, he's on a timer. It looks like he's going to find that timing. JL, that could have been the round right there. Instead, it's only 1, but it's wasted time off the clock for Big.
It's done.
Very little left in this. JDC will find one more, but no one able to get on that bomb. No one able to stop Wonderful means NAVI find themselves on the board from round 4. The little lapse pop working wonders.
Yeah, really nice for JL because he was holding that mid flank, but it's the tiny decision to give it up entirely. And it's not just that tabseN checks middle. The whole time he's concerned about a flank. Like, I think he knows the setup there, that it's 3 apps. It's Alexi doing the pop flash and JL supporting with util from bottom mid. That's a common round. So he knew JL was somewhere, but he finds that one important kill to add chaos into the eco, and NAVI pick it up. Boost up. Trying to get hyped in this game. He eats the flash. He doesn't move. Takes a late shot. Oh, stuck on his teammate's head. tabseN didn't move out of position. Hyped, fortunately, given a second chance. That could have been devastating.
Right, hyped up on the wall, takes a step back, thinking he's going to drop to safety. He's still really tall.
Yeah.
Can be seen. And he's looking at tabseN. Was ist das? But of course.
Bit of German for you there.
He does, yeah, a bit of German. I learned that myself.
Wow.
I think that means, what is that?
Yeah. True.
Or what is this? I don't know, actually. Should probably not say just things you don't know what they mean. Here we are, hyped, low on health. Short. But he is like 6'3".
Ooh. Yeah. Cut down to size. With Alexi's double entry. Short round.
QB's got to save to the rest of Big.
Alexi's Maui and hyped his Vu. But Alexi's got a box.
Yeah, this is promising stuff for NAVI. After the slow start, immediately getting back into the fray, starting with a classic round for Alexi. And now just driving home one of these B hits. I mean, it felt like they were gifted a lot of that early damage because of the awkwardness over towards this B site. And I think that's just so enticing. Once you've forced away the double setup like that, you know they're still scrambling. It's not like they're set up in the site. I really like that NAVI just full throttled the B take.
It's nice clearing for Alexi. I think he just hears tabseN throwing that flash from close. He actually beats the flash. He's ahead of it. tabseN's throwing a second one. And that pillar, it's not very thick. So Big broke. And no orb to talk about. Don't expect to see Na'Vi pull up the T-side AWP on this map, really. Hype can be pretty aggressive, though, on CT side. See Big set him up on boosts, on shorts. We already saw that B pick attempt, where he ignores the flash entirely. Aggression denied. JL in Banana is often a delight, but he's dead after one. Hype goes for the gun. Wonderful. Disallows. Oh, could have found JDC there as well. Might not need to, as A is under-defended with just Crimbo's FAMAS. Watching the rap side. And Na'Vi in no hurry. They let the kills come to them. Crimbo makes a step and then rotates B. So a gamble here for Big is a good call, but Na'Vi aren't just going to run into a bomb site blind, you'd think. Bomb picked up, they're going A. This is 3-3.
Oh no. Taps it.
No.
You realized after he'd walked over it, wait, I didn't get the good gun, and him turning around to find the good gun got him killed.
He was probably dead.
There's probably a lesson in there. Here we are. It's the hunt for Na'Vi. I want to try and remove these guns. It's not going to have massive implications right now, but it's these little saves that can often make the CTs, you know, have like that freedom of cash later in this half to come through with buys. So good stuff to Big at, looking like they're going to be able to maintain them. And at this point, Na'Vi are thinking about their own money as well. They don't want to throw any more bodies at the problem here. There is a buy round coming up next anyway. So Na'Vi will tie this game up at 3-all.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, Na'Vi didn't let the early lead from Big change their game plan. Slow and steady on this T side. And Big, rightly so, call a timeout. Very hard at this point to read what Na'Vi are going to do. You can probably just expect something more default. JL up Banana, supporting flashes, bit in the apartments, just a very standard Na'Vi round. The games where I've seen Na'Vi have the most trouble on this map are when when JL is neutralized with utility. So many rounds against top teams, he's just 50 health off the top. So let's see if Big have an answer in the Banana. I think that's often the deciding position when it comes to Inferno. But we've seen fast takes and we've seen late takes already for Na'Vi, so let's see what Big decide is coming. Deep Banana smoke. And starting triple B.
You're dead on, though, about like trying to tame JL as a bit of a win condition, right? The other option is Bit over in the apartments, but I feel like you've more frequently seen this guy encounter issues than Bit.
Well, JL's going to be a lot more aggressive, so there's a lot more opportunity to fight. Tapson takes it, and it's JDC somehow winning that spray through the smoke. He crouches under the bullets. 1 for 1. It's not a disaster for Na'Vi. They've got the control, they forced out a lot of utility, and they don't have much themselves. This might just force them into the B execute. It worked last time. There's nothing to stop this. One flash between JDC and QB. He's going to go for the Coffins flash on contact.
It's an awkwardly low amount of util for them to have. No chance to block this. Once the play starts, it's you, your mate, and your guns, and that's it. Util in for Navi, a luxury that Big just do not have, and QB so
team
blind.
flash.
That's JDC's flashbang there at the end that was meant to help him out.
But he was so blind he didn't even know where he was looking. Like, to be fair, QB getting behind cover and stalling is impressive. The first flash is Navi's, the killing flash is JDC's. I think he kills wonderful without that, but dead on arrival in that B bomb site. Navi just knock him down, Harry.
Yeah, I mean, there's no worse feeling as the B player than knowing the hit is coming and you are powerless to stop it when it does. You could see, like, no matter which setup you tried to run there, because Navi had all the proper util, right? You were always going to be in a world of hurt. Usually, you can kind of help out in moments like that with, like, the molly and top banana, pool flashes maybe from players rotating in. Even that copper splash would have been nice. Say you still had a smoke, you could have put down that, you know, extinguished smoke at the back of new box. Suddenly you have, like, more room to roam around. There's just so many more options open to you. The playbook is so restricted for those guys in B, and the crossfires they can run when they don't have the util. So yeah, rough round for Big, but not really one they were supposed to win with how it started.
All part for hyped. Game changer here. Gotta get involved. Gotta put it to use on the CT side. Starting A. Do we see Big hold on to the util this time? Playing a flash for Tabson to fight a banana. Hyped avoids the nades in middle. Retake of banana. This is nice for Big. They do a half-full smoke, JL, but he's not going through it. Screams an A attack here for Navi. JL trying to sell something. Oh, they missed the retake util. Oh, disaster. It's so valuable and it's wasted. Looking for those hyped heroics. Short side orb hits the shot, but it's not a kill.
You want Hype to be explosive. You want him to start strong, finally bringing out the AWP. And Navi is still sticking around, down to fight him. This is exactly what Hype wants, but a shot missed. Wide swing from Alexi. And that big AWP is kicked to the wayside. Crimbo overran as Alexi B.
Triple entry. Triple entry. Kills everyone, Harry. Clean headshots galore. Captain, by the way.
He saw how Kazahstan gets to play, and he's like, "Yeah, I like that. I want to be the guy."
He's having a tournament right now. Yesterday, if you saw that M80 game, he was doing the same old damn stuff, getting multi-kills on entry.
I mean, usually as well, right? Like I know Navi have fallen in our estimations, and they find themselves like at the bottom of those top teams right now, but it's like usually when your captain is having an event where they're playing this well, like that's a recipe enough to start winning. You think back to, you know, Vitality and Apex in like their Cologne run, he played phenomenally. You think about Kazahstan's success as well in Falcons and how good he looks and what that does to the team, and how I feel like that's a huge reason why they've shot to the forefront, not just the gargantuan signing of Nico and Monacy. And so, yeah, you know, you don't want this to all be for naught for Alexi. I think if he's going to come into the tournament playing and looking this good and able to do things like this, because it's not like this is the first type of Alexi round you've seen like this, you want that to be enough for Navi to go on a deep run. It
lifts everything up, right? Yeah. Suddenly you have more confidence in your calls, your ability, your team are trusting in you more.
100%.
They want to trade you anyway. You're meant to, you know, so many in-game leaders just go in as like the trade bot, right? Like you're running in, you're getting the space,
it's like you get one kill. Oh, nice!
Wow, you've done
that's
great.
insane.
Yeah.
Like we were expecting 0.
So, exactly. So, just everything gets better when your captain, who's playing on entry, can get entries. Oh, if they went into apps there, might have caught a back-turn bit, but Ema dropping out. They hear that, but Big had already decided to pull back. Late take of Banana. Navi let the util burn, and burn it does. Only one Molotov left to block. JDC ain't pulling that out anytime soon. Gun out on this double setup, 3 players in position. They've heard him step as well. This could get weird.
Oh, only one. That's it. Quick flick back up to the guy boosted, but yeah, you know you're getting overran.
They might not expect QB here. Nameplate, maybe.
Nestled in as the third player.
Oh!
Gets out with two.
Hello.
Smoke blowing open as well, but that's a great turnaround for Ema. And it's all left on a Hyped. Been waiting for this guy to get going. Right now, he's got a 1v1 for the bomb. Bit is a long way away. There isn't a kit on Hyped, so we'd have to find one in the site.
Good repos.
Creeping on forward, Hyped goes fishing. Bit's been able to link back up with Ema in at the top of Banana. They have a molly as well, so Hyped has to battle forward. That kills free, and now he's got the info. Gonna chase Bit down, has him boxed in, trapped in this corner.
Hey.
And that's the round right there. Hyped picks it up in the 1v2. Kit retrieved on his jaunt into top Banana. That one was on rails for Hype.
Oh, you're feeling a little bit silly there, a bit red in the face if you're an RV. That's absolutely choked around in the post spawn. Ema tucked in, but Bit not really playing off him there. He's throwing util, and all that does is give away his position. It's a nice clear for Hyped. That much can be said.
I hope that this energizes him a bit. He was like the reason that Big picked up the win over Aurora. He's someone, you know, he's kind of Schrodinger's GOAT.
Yeah, okay, explain that to me.
It's like he both is and isn't the GOAT at any one time.
He can
and you
be.
don't know until he takes the shot. But man, when he's feeling it, Hype is so impressive.
It's a good one.
Oh, see? On the go there.
They're going for this, it looks like. Oh, Hype hits wonderful.
There we go.
Takes him down.
There's more. There's more. He's got to be ready for Ema, who has beat him on this timing, creeping past the scope on short. He's already made it all the way up to the van. Ready for this.
Hello.
Hyped will get
Hello.
found. Ema, great stuff. Recognizes the timing he's got there and uses that to save the round for NAVI.
Ooh.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe the round isn't saved.
This
actually.
is weird now because they have to lose space to get the bomb, so
Yeah.
they're going to split up. They're going to leave. Oh, no, they group. What? This is weird. Luckily, this rotate is coming out from Tabson, so B is an option. But it's so much to clear for NAVI. They're so uncertain. This could work for their favor, right?
Yeah.
If Big re-clear this and go, hey, they're not here, maybe they're rerouting B, Tabson might get paranoid, but if they go too soon, the info is helpful, and there it is, the spot for QB. I think on the map, he would have seen something, gets his kill. Ema now in a 1v2, and they're right up ahead and facing him front on, and Tabson hits the headshot. A bomb drop for NAVI costs them everything, and JL just wandering into B really makes you wonder. That felt unnecessary. Oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah, NAVI just kind of got ahead of themselves, right? It felt like they thought they'd already done enough work to win the round. JL's coming through on that backstab as well, expecting that like both the big players are there. NAVI don't have the bomb. Like, I don't know, when you put yourself, the whole round gets a little cooked for NAVI. They have two players out in the A site, but the bomb is down in alt mid. JL's all the way up through Banana. Now, I guess you could say, oh, well, the safest possible move would have been him coming back, getting the bomb, and rejoining the rest of the gang.
I would have
But
liked...
I think as far as they're aware, the other big players should be there looking to
I would have liked them to leave Bit in the site, but they were so I don't know why they're paranoid that someone had the bomb, because Tabson just shown face in B. So like maybe he could have knifed out, run down Banana after that kill, but you know, if you leave Bit in pit and then the other player goes back to get the bomb, comes for apps, you still have the space. It's just that they had to re-clear everything.
Yeah, but also I fully understand wanting a group and like just play the 2v2. Plus the two types of players you have, it's like Ema, your lurker, Bit, your extremity player on this map. It's supposed to be very good in those roaming moments.
It's Inferno, space matters, and Alexi knows how to take it. Another double entry for the captain. Oh, we're jibber-jabbing, talk about the past. NAVI are looking forward.
Yeah, Alexi's so good.
Yeah, he's kind of sick, actually.
He's so good.
Kind of the best player on the team right now.
Yeah.
He's got three multi-kill entry rounds. He got that B round where he cleared Tabson and hyped on the AWP. He got that triple kill on short, and now he's done it again on long side. And that was not a good fight for him on long. Alexi Beast.
No, he is embodying the fine, I'll do it myself energy, and I love it. I'm here for it.
And so NAVI just get to brush off.
I think it's probably frustrating for Alexi is like, what would be in the captain? Very results orientated. Like, I'm sure he likes that he's playing sick, but he probably wants some silverware at this point. So, yeah, you know.
This is the event to do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is the time.
A NAVI Spirit final is kind of what we're teeing up here, unless there are any surprising results. We'll say Spirit didn't look unbeatable yesterday. Donk got handed one on that second map. Felt very tame. So if NAVI are in form, hey, anything's possible. Can Big salvage a 6th? They've actually had a good half. I'd say 5 is fine. And 6 would be delightful. They've got everything to make it happen. JL, faster approach for now. Does eat the grenades though. That's the cost of business. Oh, Alexi, don't do it again.
Alexi.
Don't do it to him.
Ooh, gets the spot.
Spooky.
But now he's thinking, okay, maybe there's a crossfire. There's 3 players, bro. Like, and don't get me wrong, you're sick right now, but yeah, it's just too many. Just too many dudes for Alexi B. QB gets that bomb away from NAVI, and there's no trade in sight there. As Wonderful attempts it, he is also bested.
You can still win
5-on-3
this.
for Big.
You can still win this.
A 3-on-3 for this A-site control. QB wounded from these 2 fights earlier in middle. Hyped has exasperated the problem. But NAVI and QB just refuses to go down without a fight. There's the re-aggression out of Big, and they will split the half even. Clean, concise round from them to close out this first half.
Yeah, we're getting marveled by the Alexi B masterclass, but Big are playing some great CS right now, coming up with 6th round CT side on the first map of this series. A map they desperately need in this series with Mirage, as NAVI's pocket pick always has been reliable. And Hype's got activated towards the end of the half, which is a good sign, because we're not going to see as much T-side AWPing on this map. Wonderful didn't even touch it. I imagine Hyped will if he gets the chance. All in all, a half to be happy with for Big Clan. This is not a head-to-head we get. Not even seen these organizations clash in months. And Big going for a very big buy on the pistol. Double molly, double smoke. What have they got up their sleeve? What are they planning? Screams B.
Yeah, Screams retired. Ooh.
Don't get picked mid when you have all the util. That's the rule. Is this a double molly smoke fake on the B site into an apps pop? That's crazy. Decoy clears a position.
They're Big Clan guys. Of course they have the double. The
double molly B fake.
B fake exec.
I don't know if it's gonna work. Let's see. Let's see. Did NAVI bite down? Are they?
You have little faith.
Are they hungry? Alexi's gonna block it though, Harry. You think Wonderful's rotating off of smokes? You think Wonderful's rotating with the Julies?
Nobody might push.
Whoa! Okay, he's all right.
Bit.
Oh no.
Ooh, it's a shots, but there's Ema to lend a helping hand. Bit now gets to channel his energy into fighting these B players. Bomb getting planted in the meantime, but the reinforcements are trapped in top mid. Bit decapitates QB. JDC dead after 1. It's just Tabson flying solo. Oh, and he's looking to do it. That's beautiful from Tabson, and he knows where JL's coming from. Tabson, the mastermind, tries to outbrain him, but now he's going to out-aim him. Tabson makes it look easy. That is a sick 1v3 from Big's captain.
All went to plan, didn't it? All went exactly by the book. Tabson comes up with a clutch of dreams and some beautiful Glock shots to the face of NAVI. It's going to leave a mark. I can't believe that. I guess the strat kind of worked. They forced the apps kill. But my God, that's a beautiful sequence from Tabson after it felt like Ema and Bit did enough. I'd pause after that round too. Tech, guys, I promise. This one was crazy, but nothing tops Tabson.
Oh, dude, that second shot was so filthy. And then the fadeaway on a JL.
Oh,
that would be a head and hands moment. Right,
loving Big's
cold.
energy.
He's stone cold, didn't he? Barely even celebrate. Everyone else did, but Tabson's just basking in the glory. He knows the job's not done yet, but that 1v3 certainly puts them on track.
Yeah, we've got a force up for NAVI in the second. Playing their smokes. 3 more to go.
Hero Famas. They just gave Ema a singular flash as well. Looks like he's just juggling that forward. He's kind of the mule. And now he steals himself away. The bomb is here. Big might move into the Famas. They still have 2 players on the extremities. So they start to leave. They're going to link back up with these guys in the apartments. And so the B stack will be dodged.
QB on entry, the Mule v the Goat, who can carry the heavier load in this round. Big with the manpower up long side. And they're getting baited in by the Abs play, but it's 4 long and it's very clear. Wonderful has to hit Deagle headshots, or this one's dead as it comes in. Pistols do collapse upon Big. How is this happening? Alexi's found 3 in the midst of the madness, and Crimbo's got to run for the bomb. Got to be quick, got to plant it. NAVI will run right at him.
I mean, he's good in clutches, sure, but this is a pretty tall task for Crimbo.
Like
gonna blow the smoke open. Ema finds him before the nade can go off. Alexi just continuing his reign of terror.
How does he find 3?
That's mad. They're in like wildly different positions too. It's not like it's dudes just kind of, he had to proper move around a lot. And then,
yeah.
Alexi, what are you doing, man? How you doing this? It's captain v captain.
Solo dolo. Pistol King.
Tabson versus Alexi.
What year is it? Right, just running through the smoke.
Up.
Everyone back turned.
He was even like, I don't know. It's wild. He's fired up.
Yeah.
Don't even have the words to describe it. You've never seen Alexi like this. You might never see Alexi like this again. Enjoy every moment.
It's hard not to.
Of Alexi he. Because he is he.
This is no laughing matter, Harry. Big on the ropes. Want to deliver a pistol push back to NAVI. Blocked by the smoke. Passive setup for NAVI, right? They got many rifles, so not giving away kills early. They can fall back into their setup. Long conceded. They're going for the mid to B. This is old school. You don't see this every day. JL asked to perform in this round. Alexi doesn't have the gun for the job. He'll probably still find a way, but JL needs a multi-kill here to hold this B-bomb site.
Shout, gonna tee up Alexi. So he needs any more help. Now that backstab will land, but Alexi from range on the FP9 just ain't stopping.
Another.
Gets out with another 3K. He only deals in multi-kills, does Navi's captain. Hyped will get that bomb planted with seconds to spare. It became a bit of a venture in making money for Big once Alexi tore the hope of winning the round away.
I've now lost track of how many multi-kills, but it's at least 6. It's at least 6. He won 3 rounds with entries on T side.
I swear they've all been triple kills.
Yeah,
too. Like
he had a double entry one round, but yeah, he's
we'll let him on.
We'll let it slide. JL set him up well there. Good flash. But even so, holds his own. And the bomb plant is something for Big. It saves them later in the game, but right now, NAVI are picking up pace. That force by win.
There's so much you can do with this. Alexi 3K.
Nice.
Ooh, JL. That's a nice bit of aggression. Just to spam down through the banana, and you feel like you've done enough to have won the round already. So much damage inflicted on Hyped and Tabson as well. So these pistols ain't doing it for Big.
Yeah, this round's like a brick wall. There's no getting through it. They know it. Just hoping NAVI wastes some util in the meantime. The Grenadier. He's got HEs. He might get kills with them. Hold on, my watch. Oh, is he going to do a nade? No, okay. Just backing up into the site. This is a nice setup, though. Playing both in the site. Not letting a plant happen. It's too deep. It's not going to do anything. They run through the smoke. JL's there to receive. He gets his ecos. The molly holds them back. Free kill. And QB has to hit something unbelievable here to make this even interesting. He won't. NAVI up to 9. And Big Spy coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, for Big, this is starting to feel a little rough. They have a chance to turn things around here and now. But, you know, this was coming into the second half. It was an even scoreline, 6-all. Big pick up the pistol, and then you get that big Alexi round, and suddenly it's all been coming up NAVI. This is where Big, if they do want to have this game tighten up, they really have to stick the landing here and now. Yeah, you already had a golden opportunity.
Oh!
JL, Alexi's too good, apparently. He really just wants to kill anything at this point.
The bloodlust is getting out of control.
Someone check in on Alexi, just make sure he's doing all right.
He just said, JL, you can't get 3 kills. That's my job. I'm going to put you down. But now the rotate comes back A. Ema did flashes. Big saw that in the kill feed. They're going to try and go quickly here. But there's already a stack back in this bomb site, and there is no breaking through. You push a smoke, you get what you deserve. NAVI onto double digits. Just running it down. That big, we're in the hole since they lost round 2 of the half. They waited for that buy round, and then that's what happened.
Over in seconds, and mostly due to an MP9.
No shots. Dirty double.
And you know, this is a lot of violence from Alexi. Maybe we misread him. Maybe he's actually gone crazy. Next, he's going to start skinning things or something like that. Like, he's killing everything, apparently.
Skinning.
Yeah.
That's where you're going with this. Hannibal Lexi.
That's good.
He puts the grenade in the basket. Silence of the Finns. Get out of there. These Tech-9s are loud. They're running amok right through that smoke. No respect here for Big. Oh, Alexi. Oh, he's in trouble this time. Caught running away. JL's done damage. He's not found a single kill. Pistol is out. 3 bullets. Can he make them worth? Oh, only damage. And Big have overrun this bomb site. They've been given a chance. They're taking this round by force.
2v4, NAVI, both here. They look like they still want to give this a look in, see if anything's presented.
So much damage.
In the back of their mind, they're both thinking save.
I'm surprised.
I think it's just a numbers game at this point. 2v4, you both have AKs CT side as well. You gave over your bounty of them in the death of the B hold.
Yeah.
I think it's fair for NAVI. They're playing for the future.
It's a shame. I feel like that actually could have been winnable because of how big was set up. They were like triple ruin side. There would have been very quick kills available for NAVI. Gonna get them on the exit. But the money is fine for NAVI, so this is actually super valuable. What a spray. Ema and Bit combined for every kill. So it's not like Big get out pretty in that round, but they do win an eco. Opportunity.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't come back to haunt Big. Like, they had the option for a safe exit there. They knew where both players were.
We're going to find out immediately.
Yeah.
If they lose this round,
they're broke.
They're
right?
broke.
And that wouldn't have been the case had they held on to as many guns or even just armor, like whatever it is to soften the burden. And it's like, it's not by removing those 2 guns you were going to wreck Navi's money for the next round. You would have been like rounds away from capitalizing on it.
I don't think Big knew where Navi were, right? Like if they were double banana or double CT. I don't think I had that info.
Ema had spammed the smoke.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Like, you knew one guy was there.
Yeah. Oopsie.
It's all good, though. Well, might not be.
It might
actually be horrendous. We're about to find out. Let's see.
Hype
has the orb. And it's a full buyback for Big.
Ooh.
Oh, it might actually end up being horrendous. Here we are. JL with the opener onto JDC.
Doesn't want to give it up, though. He is alone. So Alexi comes in. Banana is rescinded.
2 J's meet in a blunt force battle at Banana. Hyped, boosted. But no re-swing from Alexi.
App setup in the meantime. 3 apps. Gimmicky hit for NAVI, and they will eventually depart. Still looking to be B. Can Crimbo sell anything to keep NAVI occupied? In the meantime, not at all. Bit with a stunning headshot. And Big back to that drawing board. Pens run out of ink, though. They got 3 smokes, a molly, and a flash, and Bit's already reading this well, making that rotate over. Whole map is quiet.
It's really awkward. You could almost justify saving.
You could, but they're not gonna.
Insane. It looks like they still want to try and force a B play, but you've been re-smoked. Like, surely that decides it. Yeah, now you do write this off.
Oh. It's the right call. It's just not a call you want to make. But it's okay, right? They want that eco. They have loads of money.
No, they don't. They all died actually at the end of that round.
Oh dear.
Counter-terrorists win.
Well, damn good try, you know. No,
it's not over yet.
Big is still in with a chance here, right? The 3 saved guns at least gives them something to fight with.
Yeah.
They will be able to like cobble together something else on the other 2 players.
You have to force them, right? You have to force. They have 2,700. You get Galil Kevlar, you get Mac 10 with helmet and nades, Tech 9 on Crimbo, play towards apartments with the weaker guns, and just hope that Hyped can do something. Poke him with a stick.
It's a damn shame. I actually think the old Big team, as of like a year ago, used to be way too safe and play by the numbers way too often. But then there are times where Big, as they're kind of evolving, and it does feel like their style's changed a lot in the last year. They sometimes like just oversend sometimes.
They're very confident, which
and honestly,
is good and bad.
I prefer that to how they used to play.
Sure.
But yeah, sometimes, you know, you live and die by it. And right now they could potentially die by it, and that's just how it is. Alexi waiting over towards B. He's got support at JL. And Big all on the other side. Now, it was on the back of this B play, and one of the first rounds you didn't see Alexi multi-kill. That was how Big gained the intrigue again. That was how they had the chance to break through. So they're going to try and run it back. With map point on the line, once more, they're going to catch Alexi with nothing done. Is it a carbon copy of that last B-play round? Tabson and Kyubi seem to think so. A man down for Navi, flashes in over the top. They send Ema in, and no one's covering. Ema's destroyed this round. Bit up close, able to lend a helping hand, but he's not required. It's just JDC, and there's that rotate out of Wonderful to cut him down. Ema was unaccounted for, not considered, flashed through that smoke, and gets away with murder. He has just torn this map away from Big.
That was the opportunity, but we have finally a second hero for Navi step up in this map, coming through the smoke, just as Big did, and catching them blindsided, literally. Excellent work for Ema. And right as it felt like it went all too well for Big, catching Navi completely by surprise again on the B site. Navi respond by taking Banana, taking middle, and maybe just taking the map.
Yeah, slam back down for reality here for Big. And a rough way to go. It's not a second half where they weren't without chances, and no one knows that better than these guys right now. Still, it's out of their hands. They lose too many of these critical rounds. In chances they had to make money, they lose everything. The times where they were favored, they lost the clutches. Big just couldn't get any purchase in this second half. And Navi run over them. It starts with a very, very strong game put forth from Alexi all throughout the T side. He kept it going in the early stages of the CT half, and then gradually more and more players have come alive around him. Ema with that big push through the smoke, being the straw that broke the big camel's back. JDC, John De Castro, 1v4, but they know where he is, and he's on borrowed time. And Navi lock in a pretty decisive win here, barely breaking a sweat once they got into that CT half.
Yeah, gotta feel good for Navi now going into Mirage as well, the map they had such a streak on last year, a map they looked solid on yesterday as well. Desk, is this a Navi 2-0?
I think it might be a Navi too.
Which spots? Das was letting us know. And right now, it's working. I mean, they took down Aurora yesterday. Let's not take that away from Big. Can they show up in a very difficult map of Mirage, a map that Navi just love? We saw Ema in the connector be a real nuisance yesterday against M80. Did Big have a better grip of Navi's game? Starting on the T side are Navi. Insta window comes in, but they're going B. Oh, bigger double cat. Triple cat. Meow.
Yeah, they will find Wonderful, but Navi get out through the apartments. JL gonna try and close the distance on short. He wants to fight them right here in the choke point. Alexi gonna get the bomb down in the meantime. JL just keeping them at bay, but he is on a timer.
I'd be scared.
ADC eventually gets past him, and now it's him locked in here with Alexi. Creeping on forward, JDC's gained a lot of ground here. Is Alexi ready for this? Of course he is.
That was red hot.
The star of Navi, also their captain.
Yeah, who's the in-game leader again? One more round to add to the Alexi impact as he steals that pistol away. I like the pistol. Wonderful wide out mid with the P250. Gets a kill, gets a lot of attention. To be fair, Big was set up for it, right? They wanted to fight middle with the pack, and so that leaves the sights weak, and Navi just exploit it. If there was one B anchor, I think Big win that round, right? Like, they traded out really nicely from short, but no one could stop that plant.
Interesting technique.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you ever warm your hands up like that?
Not like that.
Nope. Flushy's been removed, bro. Eamon's locking in.
reload there. Oh, nice little jiggle.
Flashy coming off the monitor is the gamer equivalent of like the hairband going in the hair.
Okay.
Like it's about to go down.
Okay.
Just get away from.
Oh, JL, it's like yesterday. He was just dying on ramp yesterday. Oh my god, yeah, Wonderful does clear it in the end. A bit of doubt, but he gets there. Scout out, missed shot. Deagle does it instead. Out from under is Ema, and we are waiting patiently because NAVI are in a bit of trouble right now. They're going to call it off. Ema hears a lot of steps. They drop in. Good kill. Crimbo keeps his teammates alive, and in a 4v2 with full info for Big, but it has expired. NAVI retake middle. Alexi says, I'll do it myself. And he goes towards B with the bomb. Bit looking for kills in middle. And there's the info. Big are going to swing this together. Looking good for them. Well done. Alexi underpass. And this one is too far. I'm calling it off.
Yeah?
It's not happening.
You got that little faith in Alexi.
Absolutely.
After the game he's been having.
I've got that much faith in Big, but they aren't playing the trade right now, but they will trade it. They eventually.
It feels like he's being given a lot of room, but he takes the first kill when it's presented, and he will fall. Crimbo ready to receive.
For the best, I think. The Big don't lose that round. 4-on-1. And NAVI are broke. JL on ramp. Keeping my eyes on this guy, because like they won like 13-7 yesterday, and I don't think he got a kill on ramp. I think he died like 3 times. Often to lesser weapons. Block from the B hit, but NAVI will be coming in. He held that a few more seconds. Oh, he missed that. He's only seen one, now they start running. QB howling for help.
Yeah, we'll need a helping hand. He's iced out. Crimbo found as well. This is the B site crumbling. The pistols move in.
And 4 down.
JL once more with the aggression up through short, but this time he can't find a thing. It's the kill to bring Big back in.
Huge smoke.
Blocked off on short. They might suddenly have to lend time to Tabson on this apartment's push. Hyped is holding market with the scout. Not the best weapon for the job. Oh, but Alexi's not ready. And yeah, out of all the ways to find a kill with the scout, that's the best. Oh. Now they just got to deal with Wonderful. Knows about the player coming through market, but he's pincered, he's swarmed, overran. Close for Big, but they will rob this one away.
Interesting to know the corner's that deep, and Alexi, who jumps into market, can't even see the barrel of the scout there. Like, can't really be expected to go even further and clear that. They felt like it was empty, back turned, a second too early. And I think without that kill, Big are in hot water. They stop the force by coming back for NAVI, and a bomb plant is all they can muster. Pistols. And Hype Zorp out against Eco. Bold. There should be a round that Big just run over here. No Kevlar to talk about. Crimbo cooking.
Tabson's very blind. But thankfully, he's still here. Knows that they stop rushing him and then he'll re-aggress after the flash fades. Good stuff. This is a nice, clean round for Big. They'll get out of it with 5 alive. But the buy round is coming. NAVI take their eco and now have the proper buy coming through. For now, Hyped is still uncontested on the AWP front. So this is where you want him to do some good work on that AWP.
Yeah, it was a bit quiet on the last map, right? I had a couple of rounds with it on the CT side, didn't really do much. And, well, CT Mirage doesn't really get much better. So let's see.
Love that he attempted it. It was versus the hyped AWP, so maybe good he didn't hang around.
Same for Hype, though. He's back to holding middle. Tabson, I wonder if he got spotted there. JL on ramp, noticing.
Oh.
Look, I'm just saying there's a pattern.
Yeah. I feel like he really hates SMGs in particular in that fight.
Yeah.
See him get lasered by MP9s a lot.
That's a pretty nice kill for Tabson. Can't deny it. It's another player, though, that you might not be ready for Wonderful. Tabson tucked in. JDC can help on stairs. He's been smoked.com. So may as well have a peek on timing. Tabson, here's his steps, takes his freebie. Alexi B in hot water will get his kill. Is there salvaging this for NAVI?
I mean, Ima's coming through on a good lurk. That's a hell of a kill to propel NAVI back into this. A lot of damage from Ima, but with Alexi also caught in the crossfire, it's going to fall onto Bit. 1v3 laid out in front of him. They're all right there. The double swing. What it takes to tame Bit on his way to that 1v3 clutch.
Yeah, nice double swing for Big. They're playing together really well. They're playing off each other nicely in this game, and that's stopping these clutches from coming through for the most part. Tabson gets away with an awful lot here on ramp. I think he could have had that third as well.
Like, it feels silly from Wonderful because he half cleared, right? Like, he half cleared the angle, but it felt like Wonderful had already decided that angle was clear. It is like a little anti-meta from Tabson to even get aggressive there, right? Like, you've already got the 5-on-4. And so I think they just expected more respect from Big in that moment, that he wouldn't hang around and leave himself vulnerable for a trade. NAVI weren't ready for it, and now they're back down to these pistols once again.
Ooh. Yep. QB turning mid-air to not get a headshot. JL taking out his frustrations. These Deagles not really been given a chance in this round to find anything here for NAVI. It shouldn't change. No Util even getting out mid is tentative. Tabson could get awkwardly caught here by Bit, but... Oh! Yeah, one more. That'll do it. Bit gone, out middle. Time to farm.
Nice for Crimbo. He didn't like overextend there. He kind of fumbled the initial spray and so just waited till his teammates were nearby, knowing that like there's only a problem if he dies after whiffing that first engagement. QB moves in and helps him, and so Big keep it nice and clean. They're not looking to, you know, throw away any available money at this point on the CT side. They're in a really good spot actually. 5-1 up, but a lot of cash in the bank means for NAVI, this game is already one hell of a grind to get back into. You're going to have to get through 2 or 3 rifle rounds before you come close to breaking the big bank accounts, saves depending.
Yeah, NAVI got to lock in right now.
Pretty lengthy route back into the game. You're going to see a Wonderful AWP come out alongside this timeout.
Haven't really seen a standard like gun round in middle for NAVI, right? 2 smokes, take it, set the AWP up. Probably the call. Rather than doing a set play here. Feels risky, 5-1 down. Get Ima out under. Alexi makes it to the boxes and Big are here to fight. They want to scrap. This is Alexi in good form, looking to fight back, and Hype finds him through the smoke. Nice shots. Mid denied, and Wonderful's orb edges in slowly to try and respond, but Big have abandoned position. They've taken their 5v4. They now play the sites. Seeing just good regimented CS right now for Big on the CT side. And NAVI are waiting for a kill that's just not coming to them. Big have decided on their setup. They've put the AWP to support A. They've got QB jump spotting B. It's up to NAVI to make the next move. Ooh, risky info flash, but they see NAVI taking mid with the bomb. You can expect an A lurker here, but it's bit on ramp instead of Palace.
There we go. We finally get a result from ramp for NAVI. They haven't been able to get this kill. tabseN has had their number at ramp every single time they've tried to go there, but it might all be for naught.
Damn.
That hyped AWP also fires off, and Wonderful.
Good luck saving.
Long for this 1v4. He's going to look to save his AWP.
He hasn't fired it. So they might not like hunt this hard because they don't know.
I mean, Big are looking really good, but also nothing is going right for NAVI. They have struggled to attain openers. I think it's starting to feel really awkward because clearly JL is not feeling particularly comfortable over towards A-ramp. Even he's started to shuffle around the map a little bit now. Alexi and Ema are usually like a very potent duo whenever they play off of each other in mid. That round was like a little awkward. Alexi wide in middle, AWP'd through the smoke.
And Wonderful's
But just an odd death to have given away, especially when then like Wonderful far later tries to move in a mid looking for a trade, and Hype was like already running to CT at that point.
It felt like a weird mid take because yeah, it's Alexi alone and Wonderful's just sitting top mid. He's not actually holding anything.
Yeah.
Like, he can't cover Alexi, he can't assist him. Like you know, no AWP boost for Khan, nothing really for NAVI. It kind of fell flat. So oh, hit ticked in the molly. tabseN, just why even buy a rifle? You're destroying with the MP9 right now.
Yeah. And he could have bought one in every one of these rounds.
Yeah, he doesn't need it.
He's loving the MP9 push ramp. NAVI are hating it.
Yeah.
They hate that gun.
Wonderful not given a pick for QB, playing it safe, not jumping, knowing that AWP was saved. They heard it scope under last round, so no one jump spots B. It's a nice detail for Big to not give NAVI a pick here. And again, no one in middle. Are they going to flash this play for JDC? Looked like he wanted to go for it again. Thinks better of it. 5v4 for Big. Sit back and relax. Double short setup. Oh dear. It's gonna go very wrong. It's an ugly miss. This round peters out. Whoever the hell Peter is.
There's still time for NAVI to have a resurgence here, but I just don't really have a lot of faith in them doing that. As of late, I feel like NAVI's biggest enemy in these types of games is they hit this time where like nothing's working, but it feels like they just autopilot into doing the same type of stuff.
Okay.
And it looks a bit like a shadow of its usual self. Like that's how some of these mid-control rounds have felt. Usually that's like NAVI's, I think, biggest asset on this map is some of the plays they're able to make, in particular with Ema out in middle. And right now it's like the kind of synergies just felt a bit waning between them all. They're all going to the usual positions, but it's not linking up in the same beautiful way.
The timing is weird. I want to see them actually get Ema out under, go for a window boost, do something more standard, because Big are getting an entry mid every round and then they just leave. Like, NAVI can get out mid, I think.
I'm just thinking back to some of the losses, like, very, very recently. So maybe there's some, like, recency bias here. But, like, thinking back to Melbourne in some of those games, just how uninspired it looked so quickly for NAVI. And I'm getting a bit of a vibe of that from this game. I mean, Big are dominating NAVI right now. And if you're Alexi, the playbook must feel non-existent. Your ramp players have not been able to hold ramp with the exception of Bit winning that fight once. You haven't found any success over towards the B apartments, and mid has been closed and has been a source of openers for your opponent. It's like, what do you do? Some sort of grouped play might feel like the best option for NAVI. Something where they just try to win by numbers alone, but as they set their sights in through the palace, is this...
He saw it.
Be careful.
Oh, this is... What? Oh, yeah! He shot his teammate. You can just see that lining up there. What a weird... Yeah. That's a weird play.
I mean, it's like, oh, screw it. Maybe they can still win the round anyway. Let's
go next.
Gifted a double. Na'Vi cannot look a gift horse in the mouth here, right? That is a double kill handed to them on a platter. A type of mistake that Big have not made in this game yet.
The teeth are fine, trust me. Na'Vi taking this site, crunching down on jungle now. There's only one player in position, and that kill provides a bombard open for Na'Vi. It's time to save, boys. Pack it up. I wouldn't mind Big going for exits here. They've got so much money. Get some kills, keep Na'Vi honest, make them ripe for a reset later. But Na'Vi are not giving it away. Headshot angle for Ema. Big going for this right now. Full sending back into the bomb site. Give it a go. You're feeling confident. Couple of kills. But it's Na'Vi who stick the landing on that entry. That Palace thing was weird. I don't know. We can move past it.
No. We can't. Like, it's the first and really only notable mistake that Big have made in the game so far. And like the play itself, double pushing in a Palace is fine. It just gets awkward.
Big, I think he saw something, and then he like full wide swings it, which doesn't make it any easier for Big.
But look, it's like, I think what's more important here is like, if you're Na'Vi, nothing's been going right, but finally your opponent made a misstep and gave you a route back in. And so this is where you have to have your second win. Like, you want a 5-round-a-half now. You want to feel like you came back into this. They go out middle. They look very determined as they gun it down towards the connector, but they don't take the opening fight. Instead, Ema's left full blind out on an island, and no one able to help him. He goes, and there's no one there that can pick that up.
Nice flash as well. Na'Vi completely wrecked. Wonderful, unable to trade from top middle. And Big have done a lot of these double cat setups. This time it's a double cat push, suffocating Na'Vi. It's a crazy shot for Bit, checking that position. And it might keep Na'Vi in this round in a 4v4. Wonderful cannot afford to miss another shot here. And he might get his fight with Hyped moving in from CT over the top. Oh, you're looking at a leg at best. He's going to take it, though. Doesn't miss that. Up connector now. Crimbo providing the cover on the cross. He's up in the window ahead of the Molotov. And Alexi, oh, I think he knows. Oh, I thought Crimbo would play there. Hunted down now. It's a man under balcony. Hype drawing them in. Oh, the flash. Still. Oh my God. He didn't miss.
All right, wonderful. 2 kills in the round already. Gonna have to finish it off with 4. Smoke dropped. He's gonna try and close the gap on the CT player. And he seems cognizant. The QB floating around the connector. Oh, wonderful. On his way to this clutch. Hype left to beat him. Knife pulled. He's moving all the way in with the knife out. Closing the gap on Wonderful. The timing's really good. That was the best chance for Hype, and that might have got the nade pull. This is wild for Wonderful, but he makes it work. 4 kills in the 1v3. No one's ever done it like that.
Not stressful at all. Hype made the perfect play. To be fair, he just missed the worst possible shot with a back turned, walking through the smoke. I love the AWP drop there for Wonderful as well. Lets him play mobile, lets him grab the bomb, fight QB, who's spamming the smoke. Dear oh dear. Big have been let back in. A 1v4 for Wonderful if you count his teammate. Na'Vi now let back in fact. Bit on the ramp, swapping positions with JL mid-game, and the results are clear. Both times finding success. Hyped humbled. Taps and takes his AWP and gets it out of there. Na'Vi maybe just go back to this attack. They know there's no AWP, or at least the AWP is dead.
Yeah. No, and I do like this like band-aid fix of Bit taking up ramp, right? Like you could tell what JL just did not feel comfortable there at all and was having like the worst possible time. And so look, you know, if Bit's down to take it and if he's able to get the results, constantly punishing these ramp plays from Big, that's good for Na'Vi. And suddenly it's given them something to fight for over here towards this.
But this setup is really good. You've got the 2 B players in A right now, so the kill feed is useless for Na'Vi. They can't tell how many players are going to be here. They hear QB, they catch him off guard, but that's a really whiffed spray for Crimbo. He recovers it for a kill. 2v3 now. It's not impossible, but Big have to make the decision. Money on the line. Do we stay or do we go? I don't know. You maybe shouldn't go for this, but oh, the flash play. They're back.
Tapson is donning that AWP. So doesn't want to get left alone here in this clutch. JDC still very important. tabseN is trying to combat AWP, swinging out onto triple. He's closing the gap, crouched down.
This is good setup.
Alexi hears it fire off, now knows both players are here, and the round ripe for the taking. NAVI making this comeback happen. All it took was that one misstep for Big, and suddenly NAVI are having their second win after a 7-1 scoreline. They're looking at 7-5 this first half.
Yeah, I love seeing NAVI just swing through that smoke because they have info of QB's position and they just take it. And even though there's a couple trades for Big, it puts NAVI favored in the post plant. And great post plant position. Alexi sitting on triple, but his back is covered by the jungle player. So he can sit in this really annoying position to clear, constantly putting pressure on, wall banging. And NAVI, look, it started really awfully, but it's recovered very quick. 7-4, looking for a fifth. Hyped, trying to get involved, staying active on the orb. Hyped has forced a few opening kills in this game at least. We haven't really seen a test on that B bomb site. QB has not been a problem piece in a very safe position, where Crimbo might even bait for him with the jump spot. Meanwhile, JL faking A. He's got double smokes out ramp. NAVI still have to check the balk.
QB, good for one, and there's that crossfire between him and Crimbo. Netting these openers for Big. I want to feel like they shut NAVI out at the end of the half, but Wonderful has made a play, gets into the site. JDC found first, he looks for a little bit more. This is clean stuff from Wonderful, and it's put NAVI back in a winning position, hyped with an awkward miss, and now Wonderful takes this line. There's the help from JL. tabseN so far away. And a 1v2 staring back at him around that Big thought they had in the bag. There's Wonderful to show them it was never the case. Great round from NAVI's AWP.
Yeah, he's had some highs, he's had some lows, but he comes up with the final round of the half. I can't believe Hyped goes with a pistol. If he had the AWP out, that's a free kill. He just gets him off the bomb. There's no plant. The second player's late. That's Big's round all day of the week, every day of the week, but goes for the USP instead and bungles it. Hey, Big had a great lead, but NAVI woke up at least 4 rounds in a row to net a 7-5 half. And I think if you're Big, you leave that half feeling a little disappointed in what it could have been. Everything was working perfectly. Until it wasn't.
Yeah, it doesn't take a lot to give a team some hope in the second half, and NAVI are feeling that now, right? After going on the 4-round streak, and you're dead on. I think for Big, it's going to feel like, damn, we really let them back in. And, it's rough as well, because one of the most successful things for Big throughout that first half was tabseN nailing ramp players. But sadly, it was kind of 3 aggro plays from him in a row that cost Big those opening kills at the start of rounds over towards ramp. He was stubborn in the approach. He wanted to keep fighting. It's where they found a lot of their success. But in the end, once NAVI made that adjustment of Bit moving over and taking ramp, tabseN just didn't win that fight again for the rest of the half. It's wild to think that this all started with an awkward double AWP MP9 Palace push to invite NAVI back into the game.
Interesting. Big with a double smoke, double molly yet again. Hey, triple smoke, in fact. They're coming through with the goods. Explosive A attack. The nade is a lovely piece for NAVI. It catches a 5v4 before all is said and done. Now, there's no kit, so NAVI have to be quick. Coming back in through the spawn with manpower. There's a Molotov in the way. Buys a few more seconds for Big. Ema with the flash. Re-smoke. They're coming through that. You have no choice. Boom.
Flash, and nearly everyone's blind. Hyped was playing anti. He was the one guy who could cover this, and cover it he did. 3 kills from Hyped, hoping that that's enough for Big to stay in the conversation. But hold on, JL and Ema seem to believe. No bullets left for JL, and there's the swing from Crimbo to seal the deal. Hyped with one hell of a pistol, puts 4 on the board. Great stuff. Everyone else was blind to that CT flash.
Yeah.
Hyped was the one guy playing anti. anything less than what he did, and Big might not have won that pistol round.
A necessity, considering all 4 players of NAVI coming through that smoke. Nice combo for Big. That's a classic Big pistol, right? Not only a full execute on A with a molly on Balk, but they take spawn with molly smoke. Really annoying to deal with on a pistol round.
Well, yeah, the 2 smokes they throw are like the ones that make it hard to go for the bench push, right? So you're expecting a CT reroute, and then you have that 3rd smoke for CT. It was a very, very nice pistol round.
Yeah.
With a clear intention and understanding as to what the reactions were going to be for NAVI.
Force up for NAVI. Scout and CT. And bit push back to the bomb site after a skirmish and Palace. Big coming out of ramp with a full execute yet again. There's that bench smoke you talk about. NAVI can't really do much about this. A missed shot costs the round here as Big just explode into A. I think this is looking like a very good game for Big. They're just going to be running oppressive executes. They've been in the lab all week. They got something to show for it here. It was a 6-round half against Aurora. Even though they lost the map, 6 rounds here would be enough. Clean as could be. Bigger back, baby. Oh, that's a nice cheeky flash play, but winning this round off the back of it is still going to be a hard ask. Pistol up close, doesn't get squat done. JDC 17-8, having a monumental game. Multi-killing again on this entry. Pack it up. Big onto double digits, just making swift work of NAVI on NAVI's home map, no less. NAVI had all the momentum in this series. They even won the pistol clutch to start this map. And then Big went on a 7-round streak. I thought letting them in would be the downfall, but Big came in prepped to this T side. And if they win this gun round, NAVI will be thinking about map 3.
Yeah, their final timeout burn, just to try and come up with something here to save them. Right now, Big have been abusing this A site a lot.
Yeah, that's the issue. You don't know what to expect here if you're NAVI. Like, will they just go again for another pop? Like, we could just execute A and screw it. It might just work. Or do NAVI want to play for mid control with the AWP, use some flashes? It's a really hard read right now. Starting setup is so important. Oh, missed that jump. Boost up instead.
Missed window smoke.
It's not ideal.
Not one of the intentional ones either. QB isn't making a play. Right now, they think that smoke's landed, and the only way they're going to know is as Abson comes through mid. He finds the AWP on short as well.
Smoke comes in. They still make it. Vector. JL holds strong. 1 by 1, Big gets split apart on a more default round. And they find a kill just to sweeten the deal. QB seems to think so. Pushing Wonderful back. But they've got the bomb, and so this one a little too much to ask. It's just like, okay, we need our guns.
Yeah,
guys.
exactly. And QB, I think, is aware that they are very, very worried about keeping players alive. He knows he's not going to get given many free fights here. But he does want to try and remove whatever he can from the arsenal of NAVI. Gonna go looking for some damage. That's a sick flip from QB. Alexi got deleted.
Peace.
Trade comes through straight away. But yeah, 3 players surviving. You kind of break even on the round if you're NAVI, yet to start building much. So a nice bit of extra damage at the end from QB. You know, that was a bonus round from Big. They're still running the Memory Mac 10 on Tabson. That's what I'm lovingly calling it, because he's plastered it in stickers of the old Big from Krakow.
Oh.
I think it's Kiev and Legia.
Yeah, we don't talk about... Yeah. Oh, wow. Kiev. Okay, back to A. Back with a pace as well. QB gets his entry before JDC even dives in. Over the top goes Crimbo. Somehow even turns for that kill. And Wonderful's getting hunted down. But there's a rifle to support JL double up. And it's just a massacre from NAVI.
Where's this come from? They're suddenly looking so sharp. I can't believe Ema hits the vertical 180-degree flick. That's mad. JL as well in these last few rounds is looking electric. It's just very snappy, concise kills.
Hey,
beautiful.
He came back second half of Inferno, had a really poor first half, but actually ended with a lot of impact on his CT side again.
He had 4 kills going into that round, and he just did the crazy...
Yeah.
Flicking upwards and then back down is horrible.
How big is his mouse pad?
Yeah.
I'd hit my keyboard. Ooh, Alexi saw that on B, ahead of the Molotov. JL just dunks him. Okay. NAVI going through the motions, but those motions are groovy. Hot potato. Taps his turn with the deagle. Roasted. And NAVI playing to win right now. Playing very confident. Not shying away from a single fight in this CT side. Big's first time out of the game.
I'm worried like the old Big curse is coming back right now, which is things look so good, and for a moment you're thinking like we're so back. But then
Big fans,
you know, you leave the room for a moment. You know how it is.
Yeah.
You had the game open, it was like 10-5, and you're thinking unlosable. Literally, I'm gonna go make like a sandwich or something. I'll come back for the 3rd map. You walk back in the room. Oh, the game's still going. Interesting. Oh, we're losing the lead, are we? Okay. Equally interesting. But surely the rounds have been close. Oh, they haven't been close. That's what we're at right now.
It's only 3 rounds, Harry.
Look, Big can still save themselves, but there's no denying the NAVI level has increased in the last few rounds.
Oh, Ema just pathing straight out middle. Double Palace push. Crimmer's like, nah, I ain't touching that. You have it. I didn't want it anyway. That's a lot of space taken for NAVI. It's going to be a coin split. JL making a lot of noise with Bit here as well. Break on window is perfect for Ema. Catching hype. He's going for it. Oh, I thought he was jumping out there. They see this A split start to materialize. Can Bit stab them in the back?
Powerful position, but he plays his hand early. Still, even knowing about a guy in Palace is frustrating for Big. JDC caught out in the open, and that is the bomb. Big now have pretty sizable problems, and they don't just start with JL, even once they find that trade.
This feels like one of those games where, you know, like you're playing and you lose a couple rounds and you go, guys, we're just better. Like, let's just, like, stop playing scared. We're just better. We're going to peak them. We're going to win. We're going to kill them all. And NAVI have just swung for the fences on this CT side. And since Big's early, you know, AAA execute, NAVI have not been afraid. It is showing. JL swinging out of spawn, breaking the window smoke, peeking it dry. NAVI are just trying to end this series and send themselves 2-0 up in the group stages here of Astana. QB might be dead after time. Flash! Oh, he's very lucky. Very lucky to be alive.
It's not quite worst case scenario, but it's about as close as you dare get. The house isn't burned down, merely just the kitchen. It's still expensive, still a real nuisance, but you kept most of your stuff.
Can they put the fire out before it spreads to the billiards room, Harry?
Not the billiards room.
Oh,
that's my favorite room.
The billiards room. There's a library in there as well. It's very flammable. Oh, little smoke shot on a fake. They pop through the ramp smoke. There we go. JDC keeping up. They couldn't pick his target. Wonderful can. Bomb makes it in. Abandoned by Hyped, who's trying to go for the glory. He's trying to go one step further. Caught from short. Crimbo late from that early B. There's a gun on the ground, but again, JL just runs in, gets that info, closes it out before Crimbo can get comfortable. And NAVI, 5 rounds in a row. The fire spreads.
Yeah, it's no longer just in the kitchen. Now the hallway's got a decisively smoky smell to it, and not in a good way. The door handles are hot. You can't get out.
Bigger run up the stairs. There's nothing good up there. Heat rises.
Someone's cut the phone line.
It's an inside job.
No one can help you. You're in this alone. As they go out towards mid. And some of these rounds, smoking has killed. But this time they land that window smoke, and so no sight lines open to NAVI in middle.
All right, they're given full control here. They can get up catwalk, but they've still got an A-lurker here. Crimbo putting pressure on. It's just ignored by NAVI, who come running through. JL has had enough in this game. What a recovery as an individual. Think about that T side. Think about his ramp fights. Think about how he had to swap positions with Bit mid-game. And now, just running it big.
I don't know how he even got this reactivated. Like,
no, just
not
immediately.
Like some sick round came through. It's just like he got to the CT side and decided, now I will run them.
Remember, Big converted their pistol. Like, those 3 rounds were really nice for Big. They had the CT take on the pistol, then they did back-to-back A-pops with MAC-10s, ran over NAVI. I'm like, well, Big are here, 10-5. This is their game. Well, now they've lost the lead. Oh, dear, Crimbo. I got bad news. Oh, but for who?
Okay.
All right, yeah.
All good.
Alexi didn't like turn around there. Maybe a kill. They lose the AWP, but NAVI have money. And they've got the lead right back in their control. Don't know what you have till it's gone.
No. There is now a crowd gathering at the site of the fire. The blaze is rip-roaring.
No one's brave enough to run inside the house.
Running the risk of spreading to the rest of the houses around you.
But there's a baby in there.
No, it's not looking good for Big. It's really not looking good. This has gotten out of control very, very quickly. Kind of feels like before they're even aware that it's out of their hands.
You called it, though. You called it after like one gun round.
Yeah, well, someone had to do it.
You read the scriptures. Oh dear. Hey, good sign for NAVI. Can they close on this 6-round streak? It's a game of streaks.
Yeah, it has been that way inclined, right? But the problem for Big is like they just haven't. They don't even have a lot to like be excited about in this second half. They won the pistol, they stuck the landing on the conversions, and they looked really good doing that. But in these rifle rounds, they haven't even felt close. Like you've been getting absolutely demolished. Nothing's been working. Whenever you've looked to get out mid, you've died to the wonderful AWP. If you've gotten past the AWP, you've died to JL or EMA. And now you try to round this out with a B play. They don't even have the bomb here. So even if these two players get into the site, there's no plant. There's no winning the round. Luckily enough for Big, in a horrible, twisted way, it doesn't even get that far. So they don't have to worry about it. It's now 12-10 as this streak continues for NAVI. They came into this second half on the back foot. They were 7-1 down in this game, as a reminder, right? They went on that 4-round streak to close out the first half. They lose the pistol. So that brings the score to 10-5 in Big's favor, and 10 is all they get.
Big won. Big converted both pistols, right? They lost the first pistol, but they won the fourth. So they had those bonus or freebie rounds, whatever you want to call them, in their pocket. And now NAVI playing like they were in control the whole time, running up top middle, big house, burning down, and NAVI rising from the ashes. They can do no wrong. Gotta feel rough for JDC. What a game he had.
Yeah, and in a way, you know, a similar tone to it to Inferno, a very competitive first half leveled from Big, but when it came to actually winning the game, getting it over the line, they fall flat in this second half. And before they know it, that big lead that they'd worked to establish had withered away and died. NAVI, full control from the moment the guns came out.
Okay.
They're looking to seal the deal on this without dropping a single rifle round in this second half. All that stands between them and that goal is QB and JDC. QB already wounded. And info here for NAVI. Just feels like a matter of time. JDC dead on this swing as NAVI land 8 rounds in a row to complete the comeback. Big do not win a rifle round in that second half of play. That's NAVI with a clean 2-0.
Nice and clean for NAVI, straight into that 2-0 bracket like Hugo and Harry pointed out there. And I think that the